I was living by myself and sleeping on an air mattress. It was morning and light out, and I woke up to the sound of my apartment front door opening, then furniture being moved. I heard the wires being unplugged from my computer as someone was stealing it and hauling it away. I heard banging in the kitchen and the cabinets opening, footsteps, and then the door to my bedroom open as I lay on my back staring at the ceiling. Then I heard an unbelievably loud gunshot, and then I felt a deep sinking sensation. I thought my air mattress was deflating from being shot. Either that, or I was actually experiencing the feeling of dying. Sleep paralysis. The audio hallucinations are incredibly vivid. You're on your back, unable to move, with your eyes wide open, dreaming. I must have fallen back asleep for a while after that, and later bolted awake and rushed out to my living room to find nothing stolen. I had an episode recently where I was aware that I was having sleep paralysis and told my husband next to me that I couldn't move and was having trouble breathing. He put his hand on my shoulder and told me I was going to be fine. I was just dreaming, and that I would wake up soon. I was able to move my hand and touch his, but his hand wasn't there. I snapped awake and realized he wasn't there at all. The experience was so real, it was haunting. Sleep paralysis plagues me all the time. It's more common in migraine sufferers, but it's genuinely given me some of the freakiest experiences of my life. I get where alien abduction stories come from. They were probably experiencing sleep paralysis. This is what I texted my mom at 1:24 last night. I don't know how else to say this. I saw demons in my room just now. They attacked me. I'm seriously scared. I was asleep, and I had this really weird dream filled with witches, candlelight swamp rituals. Matthew, my middle brother, was there, and we were running around this town chasing each other to find our lost bikes. I thought I found him, but it was a deformed man. I was driving my car, then more came out, hundreds in this run-down part of town. They stalled out my car and broke the windows. They clawed at me and began pulling me from the car, saying that they were here to kill me. When I awoke, I saw two things holding me down. I couldn't see faces, but they had arms, legs, and bodies. Their skin was wispy, like smoke, and looked like those fancy dress socks with patterns. I couldn't move. Then they backed away from me and disappeared like smoke. Then all around my room I saw writing and what looked to be masks all over the place. They then disappeared in a similar fashion. I ran out of the room, my heart pounding, and I'm on the smoke deck. I've never seen or felt anything like that. I can feel where they held onto my ankle, and it still feels like someone is gripping me. Last weekend, I had the same dream Saturday and Sunday night. I've had an attachment in the past, so I know what it feels like to be in the presence of a negative entity. During the dream I encountered, that same negative feeling was able to fight back or hold off that feeling with my own energy. It was really terrifying to confront this negative energy/entity head on in the dream, because in real life, I always run from it. Towards the end of the nightmare, I start hearing my bedroom door rattle and shake like someone was trying to get in. After a while, I became fully aware of what's going on around me, but I can't wake up, and someone is still messing with the door, like they can't quite figure out how to use the doorknob. I ended up drifting off to sleep, and when I finally wake up, my bedroom door is open. Sunday night, I made sure that I shut and latched the door all the way. I have the same dream, and sleep paralysis experience, and when I wake up my door is open. My grandma recently passed, and my mum brought her ashes here, but removed them from the house shortly after, because weird things started happening, along with a foul sulphury smell that moved through the house. She had thoroughly cleansed the house with sage, black salt and obsidian. I think whatever she cast out was trying to get back in through me that last weekend. I've read about sleep paralysis, and I've had a few experiences, perhaps 4 to 5 in my entire life. But I still remember this one in particular, because I think this was different, and I could see and experience more than I think. It was 2 or 3 a.m, and I was having this traumatic sleep paralysis, the one where you can't feel or move at all, not even your eyeballs, nor any part of your body, and it's terrifying. In just a matter of seconds, I could move my head just a little bit, and luckily, I could turn, and my whole body would move to one side. That was the moment when I saw it. At that moment, I was awake, still confused about this moment because I wasn't sure if it was just my imagination or if what I was watching was real. Then I got shocked because there was this dark figure right next to me, and it was so clear that I could make out a precise description of it. It was humanoid in shape, about 1 meter tall. It was darker than dark itself, and it had this particular thing like a shining nervous system, electrical and barely shining through its body, that really caught my eye a lot. And that creature was observing me, putting his hand on me. But when I could move even more, I moved my arm towards him, trying to touch him somewhat, but my hand passed through him. When that happened, he just left walking, like in slow motion away, and vanished. This was about 7 months ago, but I still remember it as if it were yesterday. There was so much detail that my memory kept, and I'm trying to figure out if it was just my sleep paralysis or something more. After this weird experience, just moments later, I didn't feel afraid anymore, just really curious.